So for this episode I went on a Cape Tribulation day tour, but I only ended up really recording the crocodile cruise, so sit back and enjoy that, guys. This is AusLad. Last time I was up here I only saw one croc, right? That's Scarface, big boy. This time we see 4, so enjoy.
Alright, so we are on the Daintree River, fairly large river, about 120 kilometres long, and right here we're about 12 kilometres from the entrance that's in front of us. That's where it empties into the Coral Sea, just in behind the Great Barrier Reef. Now it's got a catchment of about 2,000 square kilometres. Starts about 1,200 metres above us up in the Daintree on the Mount Windsor Tablelands. Now it is a very shallow river overall, only averages a couple of metres in depth. Now our biggest problem is our tidal range, which can be anything up to 3.3, 3.4 metres. We had tides earlier this year. Very big tides. The trouble is when you do the math you work out that it does get very, very shallow. We could just about do this tour on foot some days. Not sure if you'd want to. It would be the smartest thing you've ever done. Walk around here in Anglebee water. Differences whatsoever. They look identical. Now, we need to know a little bit before that. 30 years is a long time to be guessing. And we tend to watch how they relate with other crocodiles, watch how they live their life, and try and make a determination whether they're male or female, you know. And right up until the minute she laid eggs, we were pretty positive that this was a male. The big guy in this river, his name is Scarface, he's pushing 5 metres. So the little guys are eating insects, small fish, prawns, crabs. About a month ago, Scary took a cow off the bank. Very easy to avoid being eaten by crocodile, guys. You can't remember the last time one crawled into someone's motel room and dragged them out of bed. I can pretty much guarantee if you find yourself getting eaten by a crocodile, at some point you have made a really poor life choice. Alright, you have put yourself in the danger zone. Alright, now you'll notice we've got lots of mangroves. They tell me Australia's got about 6% of the world's area of mangroves. Second highest concentration, I think Indonesia's got about 18%, so they've got a good chunk. But Queensland's got nearly half of all Australia, so we're pretty lucky. Probably why our fishing's still so good at this point. And on that note, they reckon something like 75 or 80% of all the seafood we consume around the planet actually begins its life in a mangrove system somewhere around the world. So good idea if we do look after these areas, we do eat a lot of seafood. And these guys have had to adapt quite a bit. It's a pretty tough place to live. Trees breathe through their roots. You can't do that when you're underwater. So these guys adapted, and just like the name suggests, snorkel route, they breathe air above the surface of the water. Lots of varying heights, and you notice the further north you go, the longer they get, the taller they get, and that pushes them down to our large tides. But they do still all go underwater from time to time, and the tree still has to breathe. So they've also they have adapted the ability to store air inside. Now they'll store enough oxygen inside those roots to last the tree up to about 4 or 5 days, which will obviously get it through a big tide, but also get it through a little flood and help the trees don't fly from the place. Normally as they start to get hot, they will open the mouth, there's a lot of blood vessels, and as the wind blows through, it'll actually draw a fair bit of temperature, a fair bit of heat out of the animal.
Why is that easier than just going in the water?
They're very economical in their movements. They don't waste energy at all. So just sitting there opening the mouth might save her having to move. She might cool down enough and she will be fine. Now, what those scoots do, they work in conjunction. We're talking about the osteoderms before, the little lumps on the back. So they actually work in conjunction, and these guys are ambush predators, so they rely on sneaking up on their prey. So if you've seen a croc move through the water, you'll notice they leave almost no disturbance on the surface behind them. They can move up the creek on a day like this, and they will not leave a ripple on the surface. And that enables them to get really close to their prey, because as I said, ambush predator. Now that strike speed, when they're coming out of the water grabbing you, when you're sitting on the bank tonight having a glass of Chardonnay, think of how nice the world is, 12 metres a second. That'd be Lizzie, guys. So she's not a big girl. She might be 2.6, 2.7, but as I said, she'd be the oldest girl on the river. I'd almost hazard a guess and say she's shrinking. 70 or 80, so he's coming towards end of days. That's in the wild. They will live over 100 in captivity.
This might be a stupid question, but does he have a scar on his face?
He does. See around his mouth there? See the bit of pink skin and all that sort of stuff? That's where the name comes from, Scarface, yeah. If you have a close look, like crocodiles' teeth protrude outside their jawline. One of the big differences with alligators, most alligators' teeth are inside their jaw. You can't see them with their mouths closed. But if you have a good look, you'll notice he's got no teeth. Not unusual for big old crocodiles to not have teeth. And it hasn't done him any harm. He still keeps all his girls happy, which is apparently the important thing. He's still nice and fat, still managed to fight off the other males. And he's still got his biggest weapon, and that'd be his bite pressure. So to put that in perspective, say you bite into a bit of steak. I think we're about 50 or 60 pounds per square inch, right? To bite into a bit of steak and tear it apart. Say a bull shark grabs hold of your leg. He's about 500 pounds per square inch. Now he's got really sharp teeth, so he doesn't need that huge bite pressure. These guys have to tear their food apart, so they don't chew it, they can't bite it off. So they need huge bite pressure. Somewhere between 4,500 and 5,000 pounds per square inch bite pressure. So imagine putting your hand on say under a semi-trailer and letting the truck run your fingers over. That's about how much pressure these guys can bring down on you. So even without teeth, this guy's got no trouble feeding.
So the tour finishes up at Cape Tribulation, which you can see on screen right now, and to get there you got to cross the Daintree River, okay, and you cross that by ferry. You know, so we got to Cape Tribulation, we spent a little bit of time looking around and, you know, really taking in the view, and we got back in the bus, started heading back, and once we reached a bit of signal, I heard that the ferry broke down, which is the only way to get across. You know, there's no other way, so essentially we were stranded for a while. But one of the cool things was the guy that was, you know, running the ferry there. He had a bright idea of bringing his Makita speaker out.
I like that people.
I also have a lot of friends that are really
Yeah, there you go. The plan for Timothy.
They're like, oh, Martin, like, I don't know what I'm gonna do in March. That's a little bit too far away.
I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow.
Until next time, thanks for watching AusLad.